Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode, Rupes and his companions made it back to the Overworld. And per Cid's request, they went to Baron Castle and got his apprentices to attach a hook to the Enterprise. This hook will allow Rupes to pick up the hovercraft that was abandoned outside of Mount Hobbs when they went to Babil, and use it to get to the Cave of Eblan. The Cave of Eblan eventually leads into the Tower of Babil in the Upperworld, and that's where Rubicant, the final fiend, the fiend of fire, took the crystals from the Underworld. You recall that Rupes tried to get the crystals back from the Underworld Tower of Babil, but Rubicant took them to the Upperworld. So we have to go to the Upperworld Tower of Babil. And we're going to do that through the Cave of Eblan. But first, we're going to talk with Lily's mom here. She was always worried that because Lily ran away. Well, we're finally home. Lily, are you alright? Yes, I'm sorry for running away. Never do it again, okay? I shouldn't have let you be a white wizard. But you did the same for Father. Lily, that's right. He was a well-known knight. Okay, be sure to take care of yourself. We could have did that after we escaped from the Tower of Zot. We also sort of, after the Tower of Zot, went back to Toria and talked with Edward there, because he has some new dialogue when Tella dies. I'm going to show that in this episode, but he also has new dialogue after Yang perishes. So we're going to try to land our ship here, talk with Edward, and also talk with our clerics, because they have some information after the Tower of Zot as well. They changed their dialogue. So, I'm going to go talk with the clerics, let them know what happened to the Earth crystal that they loaned us. If the rumor is true that there are more than 4 crystals, we still have some chances. Crystals were all kept separately to avoid this kind of situation, but they took it, then get it back. We're trying. Oh no, our crystal. What are the crystals? Why are the crystals in the hands of the evil one? It's not that we lost the crystal, but the problem is that Golbez has it now. One who has all the crystals will require unlimited power. Oh my. It's not only us, we are all in a crisis. Okay, now let's go talk with Edward here. And after that, I'm going to just splice in what happens. I went back between episodes here and did an old save. And basically got the dialogue. So, oh Yang, I wish I could do better. Let's input what happens when after Tella passes away. Yeah, so we still got Cid in the party here. This is before we went to the Underworld. He says, Tella too, how can the people who I love always leave me? Somebody else has some new dialogue based on Tella's death, and that is the Elder in Mysidia. So we're going to go talk with him. We're going to make a little loop here. We're going to go back to grab the hovercraft, but on our way to grab the hovercraft, we're going to stop at Babil, and we'll talk with Yang's wife. We should probably let her know what happened to her husband. But much like the apprentices, Cid's apprentices who feel that he'll be okay, Yang's wife isn't too concerned about what happened to her husband. She totally believes in him and his ability to survive. She's just going to basically let us know that she believes that, you know, he's still around. So there is a side quest, and she's actually right, because there is a side quest. My husband's gone? Don't be kidding, he won't perish. Like I said, she is right, because there's a little side quest that involves getting the best thrown weapon in the game from her. Thrown weapons, though, no one in our party can use the thrown weapons, but our next party member that we'll be getting, unfortunately not in this episode, does use throwing weapons, so it's a good thing to pick that up. We got a few side quests coming up. Once we go through the Tower of Babil and the Upperworld here, we get to the side quest portion of the game. So there's the hovercraft, you can pick it up. And we're going to head to Mysidia, but before there, remember when we went to Silvera here? There was that mine over there to the right that we couldn't get to because it's blocked off by shallow waters. Now we can use the hovercraft to go there. And this guy talks about a certain side quest. It's actually a two-part side quest. My dad found a funny hole. You know what? He collects tails. I don't want to talk to you unless you have a tail for me. So this guy basically says, like, hey, you get a tail, bring it back to him. The first time you do that, you will get the adamant. And the adamant can be used with the legend sword in a side quest to create the second best knight sword for Rupes in the game. And the second time, if you get this pink tail from these Princess Flam monsters on the moon, you can return that there and get the adamant armor, the best armor in the game. So let's head back to Mysidia here, and we talk with the Elder. Basically, we talk with him and let him know about what happened to Tella, and he has just a little bit of new dialogue. And I had some slippy fingers here. I start walking weird. Tella also, I told him not to fight for hatred alone. So yeah, he knows about the twins, and now he knows about Tella. But yeah, here's where I hit the controller the wrong way, but it's okay. I end up wiping my fingers then off later. I was feeding the rats some treats, some sugar cookies, and they were a little greasy on my fingers. But the rats didn't care. They liked them. So yeah, Bubba and Bob right now, they're sitting out laying down and gonna get their pets in a little bit. But in a little bit, we're going to pick up the hovercraft and drop it off over by Tower of Babil, by the Eblan castle. If you haven't explored the Eblan castle yet, you could do it, but we did that when we had Tella back in the party because we got some pretty nice gear. But now we're going to see where the ninjas fled after their home world was, their home castle was destroyed. And they fled over here to this cave. And this cave basically has Underworld type monsters in it, like black lizards, the armadillos, and a few of the monsters from Eblan Castle. There's a lot of skulls and stalemen in here. You might want to alter Lily's arrows based on what you have. Enemies here, if they're like the skulls and these giant bats, that's a new enemy in here. They are weak to fire. For the Underworld monsters like the black lizards, the armadillos, I thought you were monsters, and the stalemen, they are weak to ice. So you can alternate between having Lily shoot ice arrows or fire arrows. Let's give us some of this old equipment here. There's another throwing weapon in the shuriken we picked up there. Shurikens are thrown weapons that the ninjas are going to be able to use. And we're going to get a ninja here, like I said, eventually. And they're going to say it's the prince, but in actuality, the prince is actually a princess. So yeah, our newest party member is going to be Nell. And in reality, Nell was a girl, but in this game, Prince Edge is a male. But we figured all these rats were the same, from the same group, so she wanted to participate. So nothing new really, armor-wise. No need to buy extra ice shield or ice armor, because like I said, we want to have alternating elements on Jarvis and Rupes. We do want to buy that black shirt though for Georgie. It increases her magic defense and intelligence a bit. And we want to buy a boomerang. The ninjas can use boomerangs. Unfortunately, when Nell joins the party, she's going to be a little under-leveled. And ninjas rely more on their evade than heavy armor to survive. And at low levels, Nell's evade isn't going to be all that good. So it's not that good to keep her in the front row. So I'm going to have her in the back row, which is why I'm going to reorganize my party in a little bit. And the boomerang is a back row weapon, where it won't do, well, it won't be affected by rows. It won't take that half damage, half accuracy penalty from the back row. And here we're learning that the prince, which is actually the Princess Nell, is going to try to find Rubicant. Apparently he kidnapped the king and queen of Eblan. And so to get back at them, he's the ninjas here are digging this path. So at the end of the path, spoiler, that's where we will find Nell. Path isn't that long, but it's long enough that we won't be able to see the big cutscene at the end where we get Nell. So a lot of good treasures here along the way. So we're just gonna have to pick all them up. Like I said, the only new monster we're really looking for is the giant bat. The other monsters are all monsters we've seen before. The prince went alone. These monsters are a little too tough for the ninjas, though. So, because we find a bunch of them knocked out along the way or hurt along the way. They're obviously not dead because they can still talk with us. I guess they're hurt enough that they can't get back to the hospital. Maybe Lily should cast like a healing spell on them or something. But you don't get the option to do that. So yeah, the passage is kind of small. Like I said, a lot of winding around, a lot of hidden passages to get to the hidden treasure chests. Those shurikens, like I said, they're a thrown weapon. They're a one-time use thrown weapon. The boomerang that I bought, is actually, because it returns to you like a boomerang would, it is a thrown weapon that is used multiple times. So it doesn't disappear after you use it once. But stuff like the shurikens are, you know, a one-time throw item. Once you use them, you have to buy another one. So. But they're usually pretty powerful. You can also throw some certain things like certain swords, certain spears, certain knives as well. But for the most part, you'll be throwing shurikens. And then there's a upgraded shuriken later on you can buy in the game. But they're really expensive, so. And here's the new enemy that I was talking about, the giant bat there up top. And like previous bats, like the cave bats that we met back in the magnetic cave where the dark elf was, these bats are really annoying because they use this vampire spell, and it takes forever for them to use. And it also, your hit points drain. It puts like a drain effect on your hit points, so not only using the hit points that they steal from you, but you continue to lose hit points throughout the battle. So the spell takes a real long time to cast. It heals the enemy that uses it. We're just not seeing the green hit point appear on the bats that use the spell because they're all at full hit points. So and there's the giant bat stats. Weak against fire, but we split the fire too much to hurt them all. Yeah, Lily has her fire arrows on here. Tend to use more fire arrows than anything in this cave because a lot of those skull monsters, the skeletons that appeared in the castle of Eblan, they seem to be very common. So, but if you run into something other than the bats and the skulls, throw it on the ice arrows. And we gotta use the ice arrows soon because well, Lily has them equipped right now, but we got a monster in a box coming up. Let's grab this treasure chest over here. And to the north is where we want to continue, but we want to stop in this room real quick because that's a save point. But before we make our save, you can see there's a little like passage up here at the top. We want to go through it, and we're going to fight some monsters. Now we fought a bunch of mad ogres to get the drain spear. Now we're going to have to fight 2 stalemen to get the drain sword. They are weak to ice, so that's why I have Lily with the ice arrows. But she's going to have to take this turn instead to bring Georgie back from her swoon condition, which is basically knocked out. This guy guys hit pretty hard. As long as they don't put Rupes to sleep, Rupes will be able to cover if they try to attack Georgie with a physical attack, and that's all these guys really do, so... Luckily they are weak to ice, so Jarvis and Rupes can take them out pretty easily with their attacks. And the stalemate are done, and we're going to get the Drain Sword. Like I said, the Drain Sword, not really all that good. It heals you when you do damage, but has low accuracy, so you're going to miss a lot. And it's also bad against undead. If you use against an undead monster, it actually hurts you. So we're just going to continue with the Ice Brand Sword on Rupes. And that'll be really important for when we fight the Fiend of Fire, Rubicant, the only one who's left. And we will see him in our next episode, because he's going to make an appearance up here at this cutscene coming up. Like I said, that'll be for the next episode, so take care, have a good one. I'm just reorganizing my inventory here, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one, thanks for following along, have a good day, bye!